Hello, everyone. My name is Max. I'm a software developer and also the lead of Rafiki as of 2 weeks ago.
Hi, everyone. I'm Timea. I'm an engineering manager at Interledger and also Frontend developer.
So, as Joanna said, we're going to go over the ecosystem updates for last year. I see a lot of familiar faces, even though it's very bright. But those of you who haven't been part of Interledger, I'll give a quick breakdown of Rafiki. So Rafiki is an open source software for licensed account servicing entities, so like digital wallets, banks, mobile money providers who want to implement the Interledger protocol and open payments on their user accounts. It's lots of text, so it's probably easier to show in a photo. So imagine you have the account servicing entity, right? This is a digital wallet. They have like normal stuff like accounting ledgers, user accounts, KYC, identity provider, all this stuff. And Rafiki just kind of sits as part of that. So you integrate it within the system, and you're Interledger and open payments enabled. Of course, with one account services entity, it isn't, as magic as when you add multiple, right? So now what happens is when you have systems running Rafiki, they can talk to each other and send payments using Interledger protocol. That's where really the magic happens. Integrators put Rafiki within their systems, and you can start talking to each other. And through open payments, you can have third parties, right? Third parties can easily facilitate payments between users on both account service entities. So this is kind of the ecosystem you see being built out like this. And it's really, the more account service entities who have Rafiki, the easier it is to grow the Interledger network, and that's what we're trying to do in our package here. So your question is who is using it? Since last year's presentation, who are the integrators who are running in production? We have, of course, our, let's say, the local heroes, Fambos, who's a digital wallet. They provide accounts to people in South Africa, US, and Canada. And so Interledger payments are enabled between users within the same currency. So Adrian Ho-Bailey, who is doing a panel right now, he talks about use of Rafiki from an integrator perspective. So I know we're kind of like running short on time, but you can kind of watch the panel on the recording. We also have, of course, GateHub. So GateHub is a multi-currency wallet. They're based in Slovenia. They support a lot of fiat and cryptocurrencies, and they're actually like historically one of the first Interledger integrators. So yeah, they've been with us for a long time. They support ILP and open payments for US and Euro currencies, and then more support coming at the end of the year. I'll hold today to that. And they are speaking here at 4 p.m., so they can kind of give you a better, more detailed explanation of how they're integrating Rafiki within their system. And of course, we have Chi-Money. So again, it's a digital wallet. They support many currencies, global payouts to a lot of countries. They have Interledger-enabled wallets for Canadian and Nigerian accounts. They'll be speaking here at 3:30. So like Joanna said, this is the cool room where everybody's talking about and giving demos. So of course, these are the main 3 integrators now. Of course, we're planning to expand. So all 3 of these providers are working on cross-connectivity. Right, so it's not a technological question by any means, because when you're running Rafiki, it's easy to connect the system. It's more about compliance and regulation. However, this means already you can have third parties to build innovative payments, innovative tools with open payments for users of these wallets. So, yes.
JOPEC, our partners in Jordan. So together with Interledger, we embarked on a joint endeavor to integrate open payments into the Jordanian banking system. So the Jordan Payments and Clearing Company is a domestic payment system operator, and they develop and integrate payment systems, of course, but they also introduce several innovative digital financial solutions that directly benefit the end user. So, for example, open payments. And let's see a high-level chart on how this integration is happening. We actually built a Rafiki middleware for this integration that acts like a bridge between Rafiki and JOPEC API gateway. So the end user starts at an e-commerce site, They do a little bit of shopping around. The e-commerce site is connected to Rafiki. Then Rafiki is connected to this Rafiki middleware. And then the middleware has the bridge connection to the JOPAC API gateway, who then has all of the connections needed to all of the financial institutions that know where the end user belongs to, and they can identify it.
And of course, what's been mentioned in the previous panel, we're working on a cross-border US to Mexico remittance corridor with the People's Clearinghouse. So they're trying to allow sending money from the US to people in 140 community banks in Mexico, primarily rural Mexico. And yeah, it's a big project that we've been working on. Yeah, it looks something like this. So imagine I have somebody's family who's living in the US has an account with the digital wallet, which is integrated with Rafiki. You also have a Rafiki on the Mexican side. So what will happen is somebody can send payments between the US digital wallet over Rafiki into what we're calling the cross-network provider, which is kind of the connection to the domestic switch. And the domestic switch has, yeah, all of these 140 community banks are integrated with this switch, so we're kind of bridging it all together. And yeah, it's a big project, but yeah, something we're proud of and working on for the last, yeah, it's been a while, but it's great. And yeah, they're presenting tomorrow at 10:30 on the main stage, so you can get a more in-depth look on how it works, how it's integrated with settlement, with the core banking system. So yeah, please go see them at 10:30 at the main stage. Just to give some updates since last year, what we've been doing with Rafiki directly. So as Alex mentioned, we having security audit, something that we're going to be doing annually. So we've been addressing a lot of changes with respect to that. Because we love open source software, we've integrated our front-end UI with the open source identity provider called Ori, Kratos. We've been working on that. So a lot of, yeah, kind of adding security and stability with Rafiki, and we've added integration testing as part of our continuous integration process. Something that we've been doing, given that it's been great working with a lot of integrators, a lot of projects, they're coming to us with questions and changes that what they want to do. It's been really great hearing feedback from them, so we're working with them to build things in Rafiki for them. One of those things is what we're calling actionable payment events. So you receive a payment on your side of the system. You can have a more, let's say, control over what you want to do with it, approve it, cancel it, all those sorts of things. So yeah, this has been kind of driven by integrators, and we have changes with that. Yeah, we also have documentation. So like Alex said, we have a lot of restructured and additional content, trying to separate clearly the documentation for integrators, administrators, and developers. We have been adding a lot of privacy-preserving metrics, telemetry metrics in Rafiki, such that we can see the information of the whole Interledger network in a public dashboard. This is completely opt-in for integrators. This is something we provide just to see, yeah, what's going on with the system. What we're going to do over the next year is, because we've been adding these metrics and traces in Rafiki, we can start measuring kind of the insides of the code, what's actually happening. This will allow us to see how long it takes to run parts of the code, maybe inform us where we can make some performance improvements, caching, all the good stuff. And of course, multi-tenancy. So right in a JOPAC case where you have a lot of banks connected to a single Rafiki, right? We want those end users or end banks to be able to manage their own Rafiki instance. So it's another big project that we're working on. And additional stuff to make it easy to deploy Rafiki, like Kubernetes operators, and additional GNAP interaction types, so improving our auth service. Just to how we keep up with us, so every month we post updates about Rafiki on the community forum, and we also have the engineering blog where we go more in depth about what we're working on, updates, more like in-depth articles about what's going on in Rafiki and the engineering team as a whole. So that's how you can keep up with us.
It's time to talk about the test network updates, and we will start with where did our beloved Rafiki Money and Rafiki Boutique go? Well, the answer is nowhere. They are still there, but we decided we need a rebranding. Why? Because a lot of people in the community were confusing Rafiki with Rafiki Money and Rafiki Boutique. So they were like, I'm using Rafiki. I integrated locally Rafiki, but they were actually using Rafiki Money, which is just a Rafiki playground to showcase what Rafiki Open Payments is capable of. So we decided on two things to help clear up this confusion. The first thing is a domain name change. So as you can see, Rafiki.money is Wallet Interledger Test Dev right now. Rafiki Boutique is Boutique Interledger Test Dev. So this is one big change, and the next big change is a new design. So we moved over from the Rafiki Interledger design for a new Angular, more flat design, which you can find in dark mode and in light mode. The dark mode is available in the sandbox environment, which is this Interledger test.dev, and the light mode is available on production, so you can check out both of them. And one other major change is that we changed our ledger. We had to do this because we were using Rapid before, and we like to organize hackathons, and we were using web monetization, and we had some transaction limits per minute, and GateHub, our partner from Slovenia, just met our needs right now. So GateHub Ledger is what we need right now to make things work. We tried it out last weekend at the hackathon. I think it went great, so the feedback said the same, so we are happy about that. And we are using their KYC, their deposit and withdraw money. So regarding KYC, I know it might seem complicated and complex, but trust me, you just need to do it once, and then you got rid of it. It's just like real-life data. It's a simulation of what you would do when you do a real-life wallet registration, so you can use fake data. You just have to use your real email and your real phone number to get your validation codes. Other than that, images, everything can be fake data on the sandbox environment. So yeah, please try it out. And as you may have heard in keynotes, and I hope some of you picked already up your cards at the merch stand. If not, then if you registered, then please pick them up. Together with our partner, we have card management at Wallet Interledger Cards, interledger.cards. And you can check it out. That's already production environment. So that will be KYC with your real data. You will get real verification, and you will get a little surprise of 20 euros when you register on interledger.cards that you can have fun with. And I'm just saying, if you don't know what to do with it, my birthday is coming up, so my wallet address is 031. Keep that in mind, okay? And I would like to introduce to you Interledger Pay as well. Some of you might have already used it. It's just a simplified payments platform. You just need a wallet address. It doesn't matter who this wallet address belongs to. It can be test wallet as well. And you need to have the receiver's wallet address, pay or request money very fast and very easy. And let's do some demos, okay? At the beginning, I was thinking I would show you test wallet, Alice sending Bob some money, Bob requesting some money from Alice, but then I thought, we have Interledger cards, so let's just do real money sending. So this is real money. Max, do you want some euros?
Let's do it.
Let's do it, okay. Okay, so I have my 031 wallet address. I'll just copy, not withdraw, sorry. Copy Max's 100 wallet address. Paste it in. What do you say, 5 euros? Is that okay?
That's great.
Hey, Max.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good for a coffee. You receive the quote, of course, a small fee, and I will send it. Go to your accounts. Let's see if Max receives it. It should appear in the corner on the right-hand side. Yes, Max received money, real money.
Yeah.
This is real euros. This is real coffee.
Thank you, Timea.
And, okay, I am a big-hearted girl, but now I want you to send me money, okay? So I'm using Interledger Pay right now. Let's see what happens. Max just enters his wallet address and €5 back. I will enter my one, which is 031.
031. 31.
Yeah. Hey, Timea. Pay with Interledger. I should receive the quote. I will confirm the payment. IDP page to accept. Do you accept?
Yes.
Okay. Payment. Oh, that was fast. I received money from Max. Thank you. And of course, all of this is available in transactions. You can all see here payment, hey Max, hey Timea. So
Time to
this
go
was
spend it.
yeah, real money transferred from Interledger.cards and Interledger Pay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yep.
Okay.
I think we have some time for questions.
Yeah.
I want to understand like the fee that you were showing about like 0.05 euros. Like who gets it and how it is distributed?
I think that's more so from like an Interledger network perspective. So in this case, actually, it's just more of a example of what that UI could look like because you're just approving a code. But ideally, especially if you're sending money between users of the same wallet, you're not going to get a fee. It's just more of a kind of example of what that looks like, especially if you're sending Interledger payments across multiple nodes. As farther you go, you're going to have a little more fees, but in this case, it's just more, example.
So in the case of this actual transaction, the fees went to Huijing. I think Huijing is the person who set up the Interledger account on the network. She's officially making money every time we make a transaction.
That sounds like Eugene's work less, smarter, though. Really good.
Just a few quick questions. Firstly, regarding those integrations that you've shown on the screen, like GitHub, Finboss, are they available as reference architecture, as an open source? Are they advertising anything that they've done, especially in terms of the use cases and how they solve those use cases? If they're available, let us know so that we can check. And same as the demo environment, can we access it, check it, play around with it, and so on? Thirdly, on the roadmap, I saw it a little bit more as kind of like engineering innovation. Are you planning something to add more use cases so that it could be more attractive to banks and service providers to join? Thank you.
Okay, three questions. Okay, yeah, in terms of the reference architecture, so the test wallet is all open source. All the Interledger cards, everything you see, fully open. Of course, Rafiki is also open, so you can see exactly how it is. The actual integration layer with Rafiki isn't too much work, actually. So I think per integrator, you're going to see it pretty kind of very similar setups. Because really what you need to do is just receive events from Rafiki, which then you move money in your own ledger and just say that you've kind of confirmed that. So from that perspective, I think the test wallet and the Interledger cards in general is all visible. It's a good reference point.
Just want to add to that, Interledger Pay is also open source.
Yes. Yeah, all of it is open source. In terms of your question about use cases, is there additions to plan more? Of course, in terms of like open payments, because you can build a lot of different technologies like weaponization is running open payments, recurring payments, eCommerce, peer-to-peer, all that's kind of encapsulated within open payments because you can be any third party and write that as however you want to see. So I think it's probably more on us to just explain what you can do with it and provide clear steps about how you can achieve that. I think, but of course, yeah, we like I mentioned, we talked a lot to integrators and we asked them for feedback and we work with them to kind of plan out features in Rafiki and open payments and the whole lot. So.
Hi. So I want to know, how do you guys handle error? Can the payments be reversed, or if maybe someone wants to rectify an error that was made during the process, how do you guys handle that?
Do you want to answer this? Should I answer this?
You can answer it.
Okay. In terms of errors, so I think a few ways of answering this. So I think if you look at Stefan's talk, so I think having payments not be like these huge things per se, it kind of reduces the risk of any, if something does go wrong, the actual, let's say, edit or refund or reversal can be actually much less than something that's saying like $10,000 or something. But of course, again, a lot of it is up to the individual, let's say, peering relationship. So kind of how I had on the graph, you had the two ASCs talking to each other. When something goes wrong, it's like any other, let's say, financial system where you have your own process in place. If it is like fiat currency, then you have your own process in place for rectifying those mistakes, just as any other, let's say, banking integration. So, of course, we hope to make it as nice and reliable as possible. But again, real life scenarios happens, and I think that really comes up to what that peering relationships between different integrators is. If that answers your question.
Okay, so, well, it also goes with security, right? So do you guys have any implementations to prevent maybe one being hacked or like, those type of cyber attacks and whatever?
Yeah, in terms of running Rafiki, I guess at the end of the day, it's as secure as the integrator system is. So of course we can provide recommendations on what your infrastructure looks like and your integration looks like, and try to minimize, let's say, the impact of what that could be. But again, your ledger as an integrator is not exposed, right? It's still kind of within your system. So really, it's whatever the common denominator is. Yeah, from our side, what we can do is we say, this is what you should be, let's say, part of your like internal network. This is what exposed to the world. And yeah, of course, yeah, like I said, from our side, doing security audits annually, making sure we have 30 parties coming in, taking a look at the system from an outside perspective, and making changes that way. But again, yeah, from what we can do is just provide very kind of outline to integrators looking to protect everything that happens on their system.
Great. Thank you so much.